When preparing students to do any sort of drama-based activity, you'll want to have clear structures and expectations in place. The Actor's Toolkit is a way to do this. You can think of it this way. The job of an actor is to tell a story. This makes each actor's role that of a storyteller. In order to communicate a story, you have to analyze the script, develop ideas about the character and the story, and use your body and your voice to explain your thoughts and share your feelings. These are all tasks that we also have to do as a student trying to understand text, how to communicate ideas from that text. So, as with all jobs, there are essential tools necessary to do that job. And as an actor, you carry these tools with you all the time. These include our body, our voice, our mind, and our imagination. We use our body and our face to tell stories. Our bodies communicate information about mood and emotion and help establish relationships with others. When we use our bodies to create characters, we can empathize and connect more deeply to the characters in the stories by stepping inside. We use our voice to communicate ideas, intentions, and thoughts. We need to speak with confidence and clarity to be heard and understood. We need to speak with inflection to express emotion and to achieve a character's objectives. Our mind is the knowledge that we each possess. The mind creates links between ideas and implementation, processing and analyzing what we read. As 21st century learners and storytellers, we need to be creative, critical thinkers. We need to access the knowledge that we have gained and apply that information to creatively solve problems, to move a story forward, to explore different possibilities, and to invite the listener or the reader to feel a specific emotion. To lead the Actor's Toolkit, have everyone stand in a large circle, or you can do this behind your desk, really just however the room setup allows. And you're going to introduce each of the actor's tools with a specific movement or gesture to reinforce how we use that tool. You can use my suggestions or you can develop your own. I often have students develop their suggestions. And this is just my version of the routine. So what do we think is the actor's job? Everyone has a job to do. The actor has a job as well. The actor's job is to tell stories. You will be a storyteller. And just like with any job, there are tools that you need to do that job. So let's say your job was to build a house, right? If your job is to build a house, you're gonna need lots of tools to do that job. You might need hammers, right? And nails. What else are you gonna need? That's right, and bricks and wood and maybe even some heavy equipment, right? You're gonna need very specific tools to do your job of building a house. What if your job was to make music? If you were a musician, what are some of the tools you might need to do that job? Instruments, yes, like piano and guitar, right? You might need recording equipment, you might need a microphone, right? All kinds of drumsticks, sure, all of that. You need different tools to do the job of making music. So our job as an actor, right, is to tell stories, to be a storyteller, and we have specific tools to do that job. All right, our first most important tool as an actor. I made everybody stand up for a reason. That's because we're gonna use our whole body. I want you to say the word body using your whole body, kind of like this. Body. Everybody do it with me. Body. Awesome. What else might we need to use to do our job as an actor? Yes, we need to use our voice, right? So you're going to take two fingers, like two V's, and touch them to your vocal cords and sing out the word voice. Really nice and big, however you want to do it. Voice. Perfect. All right, so we're going to review our first two tools. You ready? We have our body, our voice. Awesome. And what are we using to come up with this information? What is it that you're using? You're working really hard to come up with all of this right now. Yes, your brain, or I like to say your mind, right? Because your mind is what you know. And I want you to take your hands and your fingers to your temples like this and show me that I'm blowing your mind like this. Mind. Everybody do it all together. Mind. Fantastic. So if your mind is what you know, and that's all that information, where do your ideas come from? Your dreams, your creativity. If your mind is what you know, well, it's right. You've got to open your mind and give your imagination a great big stir. Say the word while you're doing it. Imagination. Perfect. Let's do all 4 of our actors' tools one last time. You have your body, your voice, your mind, and your imagination. Brilliant. Stand tall and strong with your arms by your side like a mountain, ready for anything. We call this actors neutral. You're not one thing or another. You are neutral, and you are ready to tell any story using your actors' tools.